Hey, thanks for coming by. Tory Magoo 44. It is the 29th of January 2014. January's a day over and we're over it. We're into February. Woo! So there you go. Things are rolling along, and I thought I would tell you guys just some highlights of some of my favorite picketing times, because I've been telling people about them, and I realized I haven't really talked about it to any of the newer people, so you get why picket, because there's going to be a picket this weekend for Barbara Cordova, and so I just wanted to kind of remind people some of the things that have happened while I've been picketing. I'm not going to be able to be at this picket because I'm working, but I wanted to tell you some things that just might happen. It's not that they will happen, but they might happen. Probably my favorite one, of course, was Anonymous, where it was almost like there were like 5 or 6 of us in an alley fighting these guys, this totalitarian organization. And all of a sudden around the corner comes 10,000 or 9,000 people, on our side. It was just unbelievable. And I've said to Scientologists forever, if somebody give you $1 million before Anonymous showed up, could you have ever thought of that? And none of us could. It was just one of those things where it was just like, it never would have entered our minds. It was so great. And that video, I'm going to put the link in here for the first video. So any of you guys that missed the very first picket that we did, you get to watch it. And watch it. Take time to watch it. It is really great. Oh yeah, that's right. I have on my headset. I was thinking, my ears sounded funny and I couldn't quite figure out what it was. I just took off my headset. Anyway, I miss you guys. Hi. Okay, so Anonymous was #1 for me forever. It was sort of like almost for me equal to being in Haight-Ashbury in the 60s. It was just you were at the right place at the right time. And Anonymous, it was fucking amazing for their very first few pickets. They were awesome. Another one that I love, it was a smaller group of people, but we were picketing outside the HGB. And there was a black guy out there, and he looked kind of bummed out. And I said, "What's going on, man?" And he said, "Oh, my friend just joined that thing in there, and I'm kind of bummed." And I said, "Does he want to be in there?" And he said, "I don't really think so." They offered him some food and some stuff. So I said, "Well, tell you what, why don't you go in there and tell him you want to talk to him just for a few minutes. Get him out here." And so he came out, and I asked him, I said, "Do you really want to join this sea organization for 1,000,000,000 years?" And he said, "Not really, but I signed that contract, so I have to." And I said, "Well, just so you know, that's a totally illegal contract. So you do not have to stay if you don't want." And he said, "Well, I don't want." I said, "Okay, well, here's the deal. We're going to make a line in the sidewalk to protect you, and you guys just haul ass down the street." And they just went running down the street. "Thank you so much. Thank you so much." So that was wonderful. Another guy, literally, I had a sign out, "Honk if you think Scientology is a cult." Literally. It's a joke between one of my friends and I. And had the sign out, "Honk if you think Scientology is a cult." All of a sudden, this guy pulls over. And he says, "I'm on my way to Celebrity Center with my entire inheritance. Is there anything that I should know that you know?" And, I said, "Why don't you pull your car over? This might take a few minutes." But needless to say, he did not go to Celebrity Center. He did not give them his entire inheritance. So those are kind of things that just happen. There's so many spur-of-the-moment things that just happen when you're picketing. I mean, obviously and here's another one. It's really a great one. Anonymous was picketing with me and a bunch of other ex-Scientologists and critics. We were outside the complex, picketing, having a good time. I think it was back when they had that volcano, which I loved. They built this huge volcano. It's fabulous and very funny, and it had dry ice, so there was steam coming up the top and everything. Anyway, we were having a blast, and Sunday night, a mother called me, and she was crying, and I said, "What's up?" And she said, "I can't believe it." And I said, "What happened?" And she said, "My daughter called me and said," she started crying, and she said, "I realized I could be over there having fun with those people. Please come pick me up." And it was like, that is so great when that kind of thing happens. It doesn't happen every picket by any means, but you never know what's going to go in someone's head. You just never know what might happen. I mean, for me, way back when I was in, and there's videos of me on the internet when people are picketing and I'm out being sent to handle them. And one of the ones, I mean, everybody was yelling things at me, which I always say, don't do that because it never helps anybody. But this one guy just kept asking me, Brian, and if you're watching, Brian, hi, I miss you tons. I hope you come to some of our pickets. But he was a great picketer, and he just kept asking me, if you're free, why can't you read certain books? But he asked it in a way where he really wanted an answer. It wasn't like he was putting me down. It was just like, I don't get it. If you're free, why can't you read certain books? And of course, I was like, I gave the tip, oh, I can read whatever I want. It's just I don't choose to. But you know what? I went to bed that night and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. It's like I am a free speech advocate. I always have been. And here I was at like the top of the bridge to total freedom. Not. And I couldn't read tons of stuff. I couldn't talk to people. It was just awful. So anyway, you never know when you're going to change someone's life with one little thing. I can't say it enough. Love is the best thing, because there isn't a lot of love in the Church of Scientology. There really isn't. As much as they promote it and how happy everybody is and all that. That's why I call it the Truman Show, because it's very much like the Truman Show. So anyway, there is going to be a picket here in Los Angeles this weekend. I believe it's on Saturday at 1 o'clock at the complex. But you can poke around on the internet in different places and it'll be announced. I'm pretty sure it's over on xscientology.net. And, bring your purple or, whatever color t-shirt you want and save Barbara. And there you go. That's the picket, as far as I understand. If it's changed, somebody else can make a video about it. But that's what I understand it to be. Anyway, good luck to everyone. And I know people think, who needs to picket anymore? But you know what? You never know when you can help somebody. And there is such an incredible feeling. That's the other thing that was really fun with the HGB is like all these people, when we had to sign honk if you think Scientology is a cult, their FedEx person, their mailman, their neighbors, people, everyone was honking. People were walking by going honk, 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 honk. It's like people were on our side, and they'll be on your side if you pick it. And have fun with it. That's the thing. I believe in having fun, having a good time, and telling the truth. Letting people know, getting the word out there. So there you go. Good luck to all of you, and I hope you go pick it. Bye-bye.